Okay, we are turning the recording on for Miami early movers slash opportunity-ish meeting that we're doing tonight. And we just started talking about that our focus right now is parties. How are we going to book parties so that we can get new consultants and new clients, but most specifically new consultants. You know, we're trying to grow. We're trying to become DDs or managers or just building our Jaffer family around us. Even if you're a consultant, bringing more girls and more people into our family is how we roll. So it's the best way to have fun, number one, because this is what this is, right? We're building our family, and we like it when it gets to be a really big family reunion every time we get together. So the best way to do that is to do a party where you get to sit with more than one person. So instead of just doing a personal, which is totally fine, it's great. It's a great way to meet people. But if you can get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or whatever, in a room, 5, 6 is a great number because it's a little bit more, have more one-on-one time. But when you have more than one, you're cutting your time in half. You're not going to spread yourself so thin, and you're going to be able to grow a lot faster because you're using your time wisely. I guess would be the way to put it. So we want to talk about, how do you make that call? How do you personally, we want feedback and sharing tonight. It's not the Lori show. So how do you call and make that request? What do you say? What's your kind of your script? I don't mean like you write it down and you read off it when you're on the phone, but if you do, that works too. But what do you say? What do you say when you're offering someone a party? What's your hook, I guess, that gets them interested? Ready? Go.
Linda.
Linda, she's like, no.
I don't mind. Of course I don't mind, because I just did it.
Yeah, go for it.
And you all know me. I'm pretty honest about the things that hold me back and all my foibles. But I said, I want to start doing parties. Not I want to. What am I going to do? So I have this wonderful group of business women that I know through our chamber. And I know they like me. I know that. They told me. So I said, why don't I just ask them if they would do something for me, but in turn, it would be for them too. So that was my approach. And I said to them, I'm going to have a basket filled with royal jelly products for you. And all you have to do is invite me over to introduce your friends. You can have up to 10 people. No more than 10. But it'll be, you'll get the gifts. Mm-hmm. And so I'm so excited when I saw the hostess program again, because it's right there. I don't have to do anything special. And each person, I sent a text out to 5 people, and then saw people at our luncheon in person. And 2 out of the 5 said, yes, I will do this. What do I have to do? And I tried to get them to schedule in March, but it wasn't happening. So I said, okay. So I've got a party on April 3rd and one on the day after Tax Day on the 16th. And both are going to have, I know they're going to have a lot. It's going to be a great party. And they were just so thrilled. It was this wonderful serving energy that I try to give to my clients. They were giving back to me. It was all for me. They never once said, well, what do I get? Which royal jellies? They didn't care. One said, oh, this is going to be a great way for me to thank my staff, because it's going to be all women. She has an insurance company. She said, oh my gosh, this is a great way to say thank you for the job that they've done with the problems we've had with all the insurance claims and everything. Plus, that she said, can I invite more people? I said, sure, as long as it's not more than 10.
Because I have to rent a hall otherwise.
I use sort of reverse psychology. And so I know I'm hoping it's 5 to 6, 7 people, because that's my favorite group. I like that because then I can give people attention. You still have the energy of them feeding each other. And it's going to be simple. I'm just going to, at first I started getting nervous. Oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then I went, I know what I'm going to do. You get out the brochure, that wonderful royal jelly brochure that I've used in the past, and it works perfectly. And along with whatever specials we've got, there you go. It's going to be simple and fun. And I know that this is going to start a whole new process of parties for myself.
Somebody told me the other day, I was talking to them, that because parties have always been my block. I don't know why. I love doing them once I get there, but asking for them has always been like, you know, I have to get over myself every single time, which seems really silly considering how much I love royal jelly, and I think we have this amazing thing. So you would think I'd be all over that, but for whatever reason, that's always been my hurdle. Yeah. And she said, I said, I want to do more parties. And she goes, until I hear you say you need to do more parties, then that's going to be a shift in your brain. And I was like, it's like I need to say it to myself. I need to do parties. Not just I want to do them, because if you want to do them, well, you want a lot of things, but that doesn't really mean that you have the drive. There's a different intensity or drive or passion behind I need something. If you need something, you're going to go get it because you need it. And if you just want it, then it's like, oh, I want something for Christmas too, but I probably won't get that. It's like, it's just a different, and you don't think about that consciously. Right. But it was like when she said that, I was like, yeah, need to shift my brain.
Well, the shift for me was too, because just like you, Lori, I don't know what it is about scheduling them, but it was inside of me, and it was, I think, one of our Miami Movers times where we talked about being of service. And I started picturing myself doing a party and having fun. I said, I want to do this. It wasn't like, oh, I want to do a party. I really want to do it. It's like, I know we're going to have fun. I know they're going to have fun. I know it's going to be a wonderful way for me to get that business going that helped me get started 38 years ago. I don't know what it is. You know what? It doesn't matter anymore. It's just, I ceased to try to figure out why I wasn't scheduling, but it's over. I'm doing it.
Right. And I had to figure out what, and my daughter is so funny. She's, going to be 13. Everyone pray for me, please. She's going to be 13 in like a week and a half. And she loves makeup. She does makeovers on me, and she's, all this very artistic stuff. And she tries to tell me how to do it. Anyway. But she really wants to do makeup parties, and I love doing that kind of stuff. So now I'm thinking of it. And for me, it's okay, these girls, cause I'm seeing her start dealing with acne and helping her get through that. And, you get good skincare habits and all of that. It's like, okay, let's do this, let's turn it into a mom and me skincare party. And Jennifer Lenzen was telling me, she's another leader, just so you guys know who that is. She was telling me that she's been doing them, and she has like a basket of like mascaras and lipsticks and whatever, or she'll just have it available, and that's their gift for coming. And I said, and then for the girls, that's for the teens, and then for the moms, they get travel size royal jelly, because she does the teen set for the girls, and they sit across from their mom, so it's like they're helping each other kind of. And going kind of back and forth, but seeing each other instead of next to each other, which I thought was an interesting dynamic too, but it was really cool. And then she said, I said, well, so if you're, hey, Jackie, you made it. Hey, Jackie. Hold on, I can't hear you. Oh, that you got no sound, huh? I can't hear you at all. You're not muted either. Try tap on your screen and try clicking on device audio again. Maybe it didn't do it right. No.
Oh.
Can you go out and come back in? Because you're kind of freezing too. She's like, I've been doing that all night. Anyway, while she's figuring that out, I'll just finish telling you what she does. So I said, well, isn't that a lot out of pocket? Because I was thinking to myself, that could be, let's say there's, 5 girls and 5 moms. That's 10 people. And I'm adding in my head times half of what a lipstick or a mascara costs, times half of, plus the $6 travel sets. And I said, if you had parties where nobody ordered, and she said, no. I had one lady who didn't order for herself, but she ordered for her daughter or something like that. But then she came back later and ordered more. So it's really, I don't know if it's because she keeps it small. She keeps it always under, under 10 people. So it's always small. And she invites people specifically based on, like, if one mom has 2 girls and that's 3 people, so she thinks about it. But they walk out with a gift no matter what. And I know I have stuff in my house I could put in a basket and have that be the gift. So I wouldn't have to be out of pocket for it. And I have contour palettes, and like Jackie's like my model queen of the contour palette. So I'll let her, if she could get her sound going, I'll tell, we can't hear you at all. I know. She's like, what's going on? But hopefully she can get on at some point before we're done, because I want her to tell you about her weekend, because she had this crazy awesome deal this week. But anyway, it's just like stuff like that. I can do that. To me, that's like you said, it's service. And we come back around to service. It's not about, I'm going to go make money. I'm going to show you how to make your skin feel good, and how you can turn around, even if you don't use my products, you can turn around and use these tips in your life, to be healthier. And I think when we change how we're talking about it and what we're offering and make it about them, like you said, it's about them, then it's just different. It's a different mentality and a different thought process as we're going into it. So back to someone else share a script or an idea for a party. Yes, Mona.
Yes. A surefire way of putting a party on the calendar is if I'm talking to a client, short-term or long-term, I ask her, what do you like best about Jafra? Just tell me what it is you like best. Great. Take those same words that you just and share those same words with 5 or 6 or 10, no more than 10 other people. And I used to be able to say, I will give you a $71 royal jelly as a thank you for sharing those same words with your friends around the kitchen table. Now we have something to give them that's free. Internally, I can do that. I'm not asking anything of her. I can give that to her free. And she just shares what she likes about Jafra. I mean, we had 10, 15 parties on the calendar, and we never thought a thing of it. That's what we did. We had 10 up all the time.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since we've done that. I think this last whole program I didn't know how to work it. And so I didn't do any classes. And already with the change, I've got 2 on the calendar. So it's like Linda, it's like, we need to do parties. And again, I'll use those same words. Tell me what you like best about Jafra. Share those words with your friends, and I can give you this. And now we just have to do the follow through and put them on the calendar. It's not hard. We just need to do it.
Yep, I agree.
But those gently, you have to have what you want to say. Like for you, Lori, it's service. Mm-hmm. For me, I'm giving you this as a thank you for sharing what you like best. So, what is that works for you?
Yeah, I still like the $100 for you to party with me.
There you go.
I like rhyming stuff and stuff like that. It jives with me, and I like the way it sounds. But I mean, our new hostess program is so simple that it's not going to take any explanation. I mean, someone can look at it and go, "Oh, obvious! Boom! I can get lots of royal jelly or whatever." So I love it. But
and
what do you
give the travel set? We can still incorporate
absolutely.
The basket for attendance. I like that. We have enough product hanging around.
Exactly. Yep. And it's a write-off.
Right. Yeah. And right now it's the lipstick and the balm. That's their free gift.
Mm-hmm. And it's 2 things. It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that about the new program, that they gave us some freedom to be creative with other ways to reward people. Guest in attendance and all those things. So I'm happy about that. I think.
Linda, how are you going to use the travel set, the Royal Jelly travel sets?
I don't know yet. I haven't thought about it.
Okay.
But maybe parties scheduled.
Okay. Okay.
Something like that. Everybody who schedules a party that night gets to take one home.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And you could even wrap it in a bow. Jackie talks about that. Put it in front of everyone's spot, but just out of reach, or not out of reach, but like just a little far forward so they're not like busting into it right away. But maybe it's something, it's a gift. It's something that they want to get,
Right.
Nope, can't hear you still. She's gonna throw something, I can see it. Girlfriend.
Can you sign?
She actually can sign. That's what's funny.
We just can't read it.
Yeah, we just can't. We'll just be like, oh, that's cute. Hand flailing in the car. What's that?
Jackie, when you came on, was there a little green long thing that said use computer audio? That I have to do that in order to hear.
Right.
She's always on her phone though. Normally you have to tap your screen and say use device audio, but do you have it? Is it still on Bluetooth or something? You're like, nope. She's muting herself. I'm done. So somebody else share an idea for a party, or how you would invite someone, or what you're using as your script.
Well, actually, my thought was to call a few of my really good consultant clients and just say, I need a practice party. So all the way back to what we tell our new consultants, because I'm just saying, I need a practice party because I'm doing things a little bit differently, and we have a new posting program, and I just need to practice with a few people before I go mainstream.
Perfect.
I love it. Yep. Fake it till you make it, ladies. That's my mantra in life.
Yeah. That's all we can do.
Well, and we don't really, Nicole should tell you her story in case we haven't heard it before, but I don't know if she can even talk right now. But she did a party, and I just told her, I suggested this thing that Jackie Geisinger told us a long time ago. You just print off the product pages for the royal jelly and you hand them out as they come in. So they have to pick one. They pick a product and they pick a product sheet, and then they do the party because you ask them, okay, who's got the next product? It's, you're holding up whatever it is, royal jelly, global longevity or whatever. And then they get to read the benefits of it. And so as we all know, when you're learning something, when you're reading it, saying it and experiencing it, you're going to remember that so much more. And I think it makes people laugh because no one, the words are funny and everyone's saying it wrong and everybody's having fun. And it makes it more real, and it's a lot less pressure on the new person, or in my case, the old person who's who's trying to do the party. It takes a little bit of the pressure off because it's more interactive and more of we're all talking about it together instead of I'm up here teaching you about,
Plus, Lori, it's duplicatable.
Right.
So if you're wanting to, that's a real big deal. And they go, I could do what she's doing if she makes everybody else do it, Wonderful idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
Exactly.
I like that idea. Yeah.
And it does keep them involved because they have to know, am I going to be up soon? Is something going to happen?
Yeah. Do I have to talk? I'm really scared now.
You could do that with your guide, Laura.
Maybe they're not they're so nervous when their cards coming up. That's funny. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea.
I like it too. It's a great idea.
Lori, when you went through the royal jelly, not the guide, but the booklet, how did you incorporate that into your party? In the presentation?
What booklet?
You said you used the royal jelly booklet.
Oh, the product pages?
Product pages.
Yeah, I just printed the product pages off of Jafra Royalty, at the time they were somewhere else. That's where they are now. And like the whole big sheet, it says like the ingredients and the selling benefits and all that stuff is really for us. And I hand those to them and I say, when I'm talking about the next product, I just have the client or the prospective client in the party goer, attendant, guest, whatever. I have her read about the product that I'm about to have them demo. So it's like they get to read it and talk about it, and then they can ask questions, and I'll ask, and does anybody have any questions for Susie? And then Susie's like, don't ask me any questions. I don't know what's going on, and that's where I jump in. But like Sandra said, it's duplicatable. And my previous party plan was to drag like 4 boxes and 3 bags, and okay, maybe it wasn't quite so bad, but it was pretty close, to all these parties. Like, it was ridiculous. So I'd like have all the product on hand, or they could try a little of everything. And it was so, nobody can do that. Nobody can duplicate that, nor does anyone want to. So no one wants to carry that much. So I've got the whoa, you're there, girlfriend, you're there. So anyway, Jackie teases me because I have a rolling cart from Home Depot that's like 3 stories tall, and that's my event cart, but it's kind of become my everything cart, and it's getting ridiculous. So anyway, so I'm trying to keep it to 2 bags. That's my goal. And so the best thing to do, she's laughing, see? The best thing to do is to, your girls, your new girls especially, or anyone at the party that you might want to sponsor, if you roll in like that and you have so much crazy stuff everywhere, they're going to go, oh, there is no way I could ever be that person.
Right.
So when you don't have all the knowledge, you're not spouting 5 million things about each product, and you're having them read it off of paper, then they all, like Sandra said, they can sit there and think, oh, I could do this. This is easy, And then it's when you start talking about the business, they're not freaking out because you just totally overwhelm them with your Jafra, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So, yeah. So Jackie, tell them about what you did because I don't know if everybody heard what you did this weekend with your tabletop with Norma, because you guys rocked the house.
Yeah. And of course, I'm taking every chance I get to talk about it because it was so fun. And it was, I just was at Starbucks a little while ago with a friend of mine that wants to sign up. And I was telling her about it too, because she saw it on Facebook. And she was like, that's the coolest thing I ever saw. So I just got to blabber about it with her too. And so we had a booth, at a vendor event at a women's expo like we all do. But Norma was running the table part of it, but we got this really large area just because it was kind of weird how it was close to a door that had a little more room. So like this screen behind me, I have 2 of them. So we used those to block off down by the door. So it allowed us to extend our little booth area a little bit. So we made it bigger than normal. So we had the table, and then right next to the table is where we had the opportunity booth. And I set up the iPad on the iPad holder and just looped videos on. I played a couple opportunity videos from Jafra, and then a couple of tutorials by me. And then I had one of those ring lights attached to the table also that just has a clip. So I just clipped it onto the side of the table. It looked really cool. And so it looked more makeup studio or makeup station rather than a booth. Mm-hmm. Because there's like a lot of ladies there, Mary Kay and all kinds of other companies that just have like a table with some baskets and a bunch of product. And I wanted to look really different. I wanted to look really glamorous and set ourselves up like makeup artists or, skincare professionals or experts. I like to use that word too, rather than just like some ladies standing there with some books and product, because there were a lot of those. So because the booth looked so glamorous and so professional, a lot of ladies were stopping. And of course, I went all out on fake eyelashes and a ton of eyeshadow and stuff. And I practiced and like watched all these tutorials on YouTube to get my makeup to look like this girl that I think is gorgeous. And so I tried to duplicate a really cool, professional look, like I knew what I was doing. And so we had ladies stop and want to know what was going on, and they wanted to be part of it. Oh, are you doing makeovers? And I said, no, but we're doing workshops. So every half hour, I would grab a model and just do a demo on a model and invite them to sit and watch. So we had a few rows of chairs, like rows of 3. So it wasn't huge, but we made it look like, because they were rows lined up. So it was like they were an audience. And so they sat and watched me do a quick demo of these, of whoever I chose for a model. And then all I did was the highlight and contour. I didn't do anything else on them because I wanted it to be quick. And as they were watching, I was explaining, we have this contour kit. It's on sale right now for our expo special. It's $20. And then I showed the setting spray and I said, you can get this for $5 right now, which is ridiculous because this would be like, $50. And everybody loved it. And we sold them like hotcakes, and we made appointments. Instead of just giving out a bunch of free samples, we took appointments, and we were really serious about presenting ourselves as worth more than that. That's what I kept telling Norma. We're worth more than that, because all these ladies come to these events and they go there to get free samples. And yeah, they'll give you a name and maybe their phone number if you're lucky, even if it's their real one. And I told them, we all know you are not going to answer our call on Monday. We all know you gave us all your number, everybody up and down the row, and you took all our free junk. Then you're not answering your phone when we bombard you on Monday. It's plain and simple. And they all would laugh. And I presented it as a joke. But people, yep, you're right. We're not going to answer the phone. So we just presented ourselves as worth more than that, and that made them want what we had to offer, because we had more than a free sample. I have my services. I booked several appointments to do a wedding, somebody's graduation photos, and a couple of other things to do their makeup, but then some also parties. So we got some appointments out of it instead of just a bunch of phone numbers that really, that's why none of us ever want to call, because we know they're not going to answer. We know even if they do, they didn't, what's going to happen? So we wanted appointments right then and there. And then we would give them a sachet and a perfume sample and treat them like the queen of the universe when we got an appointment with them. So, and I made some good connections too. Some ladies have some problems with their skin out there, you guys. You wouldn't believe what they do. I'm like, what are you washing your face with? Oh, I'm just using Dial.
Alcohol.
Do you use a wash rag? I would say, do you at least use a wash rag? No, just my hands. I'm like, your hands and Dial. And you're going to wonder why you have rosacea right now. You need my help, mamacita. You need my help. So we made some friends, and that's what I really would encourage you guys to do is remember is we are experts, and especially you guys who've been in this company since before the planet was formed, that that you are the experts, man. You guys know everything about royal jelly, and these women can benefit from what you know. So,
well, I remember what you were saying. I mean, we don't trash talk other companies. It's not what we do in Jafra.
Yeah.
But we pay attention to other companies. So like Rodan Fields was across from her, and we were talking about how expensive it is to purchase their products. And yes, it might be a great product. I haven't used it, so I can't speak to that. But it's very expensive. And we have a product that is literally life-changing, will help your skin feel and look amazing, and it's immediate. You immediately feel better. And it's so affordable compared to so many things out there. And we're not only are we offering information and how to keep your skin healthy and how not to ruin your skin just by how you put your makeup on. Like, this finger should never be used, like you should never use your pointer finger. It's too strong. You could hurt your skin. I didn't know that until I was in Jafra. I mean, seriously, we have stuff that people need to know, and we have a product that's not going to break their bank. And not only that, if it does feel too expensive, they can start in the business so cheaply or inexpensively. Cheaply is not a good word. Inexpensively, and start making money doing what we're doing with very little experience, actually no experience, because we're going to train them. So we have this huge opportunity, and it starts with an invitation to get together for a party. And, or as Jackie said, like tabletops, I've decided, are not my gig unless I can book parties or do something like that, because if I can do contour, I mean, I can do that. Makeovers feel stressful to me, because then you get someone coming up with like crazy face and you're going, oh my gosh, how am I going to make this woman look like $1 million in 5 minutes? I just don't know. But a contour, you guys can all do that. You watch Monique's thing, you go on YouTube, get 2 seconds of training, and you can do contour tips.
Yeah.
And people will think you are the bomb because you know how to do that.
I want to say something really quick, Lori, about the contour thing, because I kept going on about how we wanted to set ourselves up as the experts, because we wanted to draw that attention, because we had on our Jafra aprons, the ones in the blingy say Jafra. Norma and I both had them, so it looked like uniformish. And that was pretty cool. But then when people would come and watch, I would show the back of that box that has the diagram. And I would say, you guys, this is so easy. So I reiterated over and over again that it's foolproof, that it's powder, it's not cream. You can't mess this up. This is perfect for beginning contour and highlight, or for ladies over their 30s who just aren't confident with all that stuff. That this, you even have to apply a few times in a row to get it to show a harsh line like I have. And it's just foolproof. And I would say, look at the back of the box. There's a diagram of a lady's face here. So you literally just follow these directions. So I set myself up as an expert, but then I made this look like this is contour for dummies. You guys, everybody can do this.
Hashtag.
It's so simple. Yeah, contour for dummies. And I would show them the brush that I'm using. And I would say, you don't have to have an expensive brush. You could use your little blush brush. It doesn't matter. Everybody could do this. I would just keep saying, and the more I said it and shaking my head, yes. So they were like, oh, yeah, I could do that. And I had a girl bring her mom over and say, Mom, see, you can do this. Look, you watch this lady. And I know she was saying, like, watch this lady who's old. So Mom and I are the same age. And, she's 19, and we're ancient to a 19-year-old. And so these ladies felt confident, like they could do it at home. And it was so much fun to see these ladies just like they got excited that I can totally do this because I
felt excited when I figured it out, and it took me just sitting down and watching one video with Monique on Jeffrey USA. I was like, oh, that's it, sweet. And then I was like, boom, I'm gonna totally go do this. And so think about how you felt when you figured it out, or when you figured something else out, and share that thing. And that's the thing. That's what we're talking about. Is literally that's what it is, booking parties. And we're offering to teach someone something new that will make them feel like $1 million. And that's what it's about. It's not about, of course we're trying out there to make money and have a business, but this is a service industry. That's what it is. We're serving people. And, I can remember spa parties where I offer to wash, and you guys will probably gross out, but I'll offer to give them a foot massage, the hostess at the end after I make sure they've had their feet in the stuff and they've exfoliated and they've kind of cleaned up their feet. So it's not like I'm like, give me your foot right out of the shoe, but, but to see their face when you get down on the floor and you massage their foot, that's a place of service. And I'm not suggesting that that's for everyone. Some people can't stand feet. Totally get that. And I don't do it for every single hostess. But if I connect with someone and I kind of, it's like, it's going to be okay. And some people, it's a totally different way of serving them. And that's what you're doing. Even a hand massage, you're serving that person by doing that. You're doing something for them that is giving of yourself and serving them. I'm gonna get emotional. This is ridiculous. It's a really powerful thing. And some of these women have never experienced something like that. They've never had someone come to their house or invite them into their home and serve them in a way like that. And that can be for themselves, that can be a powerful thing. And that's what we have to offer. So why are we so freaking out about booking parties? That's what I want to know. I am talking to myself right now. So somebody else needs to share their idea for calling. It's like a script, but how they invite. Give me something else. Another idea.
This is Nancy Milan.
Yes, Nancy.
Hi. I've been having parties at my house because people seem to want to come here once I started it. And I do all different themes. This last month I did Jeffress Spa Night and did Futchels. And I've also called it Bare Your Soul's Foot Soak with Polish.
Oh, I like that. Ooh, I like it.
I love it.
And the eyes have it. And that might be what I'll do in March because we have about 12 pages of color in our I have to do something here.
I just asked to start video so we can see you, but you might not have availability. So.
No, you don't want to see me tonight.
You're like, and no thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I've done the eyes have it, which is kind of fun. And one time I did the eyes and brows have it and did an express demos on everybody, one eye, and then they could see the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Some people don't like to think that the eyebrows are so should be defined.
Mhm.
As we all get older and we lose more color. And so I usually do the half of the face, and then they can really see it, hold a piece of paper in one side and the other. And then they try to do it to match the other one. So just another way to do. Girls' night out with Jafra, Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Nice.
Or you could do, I did all that jazz, Jafra and other favorites, to kind of just change it up a little bit. And I don't remember what I did specifically on a demo. But I've also called Taco, I don't want to talk about it, meaning like talk about it. So, but let's talk about Jafra.
That's cute.
I love that. That's so
Wake
cool.
up. Yeah, I think this was shared by somebody else. I can't take credit for this. Wake up your makeup gathering, I called it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get away from parties,
Mhm.
you know. Let's get together for Jeffrey's party in the porch. I have a nice bungalow house, and so they like to come on my porch, and they get food and wine, and then we talk out there, and then we go to the table. So, and it might be about girls' night out with Jafra. And we did a trivia that time, and I just came up with some questions and gave prizes and that type of thing. So, should you take your makeup off before and after your, before or after your eye remover? Who uses makeup brushes and how often should you wash them, and etc. Some of the questions they knew and some they didn't.
Mhm.
How often should we exfoliate our skin, or the sonic tool? So I introduced that. Corrector corrects blue, purple, and Aries on your face. It corrects those tones and brightens under the eyes. And a concealer, what that does. And just night tips and how can we eliminate chicken neck wrinkles. So, just things like that. Jingle and mingle was more during the holidays. And I think I got that from somebody on maybe Lori's call, I'm not sure. Gift, glamour, and royal renewal facial party.
So
And
Nancy, how would you feel about making a list of all these? Because I'm like, those are just, I love them.
Those are great.
And I can see people scrambling to write as fast as you're talking, and I don't
I
think
can
it's
do
working very well.
Yeah, you want me to email it to you?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, anything you want to share that way. That's amazing. I'm just sitting here totally floored by all your.
Well, I do one
Right,
every
yeah,
month.
stuff.
I moved to this area about 5 years ago, and
Mhm.
I had to find new clients in this community. And I just started going, I did live here in the 70s, just a few years ago. So I started with those gals, and then they bring a friend, and I gift somebody
Mhm.
if they bring a friend. But my granddaughter pointed something out. She's 35, and she said to me, I was telling her about it, and I said, I'm doing 15% off right now, that night of the party. And she said, you mean on top of the sale price? And I said, yes, why? And she said, oh, girls love a sale on a sale. So I figure I don't have to go anyplace. They come here. So I honor that 15%, or sometimes we do the drawings out of a bag. They can get 10%, 5%. I never do 5, 15, 20, just to mix it up a little bit so my parties or gatherings aren't all the same. No, I'd be happy to make up. And I can kind of put the month I chose to do it.
Mhm.
I don't know I think I have all of them. I don't know if I had any order today, but no, I'd be happy to do that.
That would be wonderful. I really appreciate that. Have you found, just in your experience, especially just because I'm starting to do stuff at my house too, so I'm kind of like, ooh. And I know that some of us do that and some of us go to houses, but do you find there's any particular days, and you guys, the rest of you can think about this too, any particular days that you find better attendance than others?
I've been doing mostly on Thursdays. I've tried, last month I did Monday. I had terrible turnout. And Tuesday, Wednesday, I know some of the girls have church in different areas of town. So Thursday seems to be a night. And, a gal in Appleton, Wisconsin, she always made a lot of client calls on Thursday night. She always said that was her best night to make reorder calls and service calls, that type of thing. Just, I don't know.
Have you anybody compared like a Thursday night to a Saturday afternoon?
I have really good luck on Saturday afternoon and Sunday night.
Oh, Sunday night, Saturday afternoon, really?
Yeah, and I typically don't do anything on Sunday, but if it's all the way in the evening, then we've spent all day at church. We've had a nice long nap. We had a nice long lunch, and then my family's cool if I slip out for a party or something.
Oh, that's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, but Saturday afternoon has been a huge hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. I love it. Thank you,
Yeah.
Nancy. That was those great ideas. I love it.
No problem.
Very cool.
Thank you.
I always love little catchy things because it makes it sound like you're already fun because you have a cool title to the party you're doing. It's not like, come to my skincare party. It's like,
Well, I know it's hard to keep it, fun and different and whatever, but I have a really, I don't, the people that come, they're all know each other pretty well now. And so they have, the house gets pretty loud. It's pretty funny. Of course, wine helps a little bit, but they just have a good time. This month I may do like a color I said, but there's also I often I have in the action books we always have something to do for a party in there. Our specials, we can order that. The eye one from it was last month, no, month before. Oh So Sweet was kind of good because it was eyes and lipstick, and then you could do nails, but I think that would get really long for to get everybody to like nails. But I tear that 2 pages out and put it in a folder. So if I haven't done makeup for a while or etc., then I can, go through and it's already laid out for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that works for me. So that's about it, girls.
You've just given away all your secrets from the last however many years. You're on top.
Yeah, just a few. It's going to be 30 in April. So.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you very much. That's perfect.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
So I wanted to ask everybody something. So we're talking about parties right now, and most of you guys know that's my favorite thing in the whole world. But I wanted to ask your opinion on something. If you think that a good base to say an average party was, or to make a requirement for a party would be 300. Does everybody think that's pretty good to say, it has to be at least 300 in sales to be considered a party? If we were doing a contest, that's why I'm asking, or some type of incentive. So based on that, I thought about maybe asking if we could maybe do some incentives or something from our company, like a company sponsored challenge, or maybe Jackie could issue us a challenge to have a certain amount of parties, and so it would be $300 with 2 or 3 in attendance or something like that. Because I thought it sure would be cool for us to have a challenge issued to us.
Why don't we just issue one because we're the bosses tonight?
Exactly. We're our own bosses. We can just challenge ourselves.
That's a great
Jackie, I challenge you to have parties.
Well, 16 parties this week. All right, go. No,
well, let me tell you that something that helps though, because we were about to get on the subject of scripts, I think, or we are, is when I call and text people and meet people that I kind of know a little, like I don't necessarily approach a stranger with this. I have been challenged to do this, or oh my gosh, Jafra set us a goal this month to do this, or we have this awesome challenge, you guys, and I really want to do this thing, and I need like 5 hostesses. I got to have 5 parties this week or this month or whatever. And so of course, I want to do this because I love when I get challenged to do something, but I would love for you to help me. And so I can offer you this, or this. And I always love to do the $100 free.
So Jackie, what we always did before was it's hard to set a minimum sales goal at a party because you can't tell a hostess, but it won't count unless it's 300 when you're trying to get her to book.
Why not?
We always set
Exactly.
But we always did set it as you had to have a minimum of 4 people to be considered a party, but who was saying earlier, but no more than 10, or whatever to kind of.
Well, my gig with that is they should have a goal of 300 so they can get hostess stuff, and they know why they're having a party. It's not a secret why they would book it. It's to get you sales. But if you wanted to do or 2 bookings or 3 bookings or something, that would be up to you. But then also, if it was company sponsored, they wouldn't want to just take our word for it that we had this many parties. So it would be based on maybe $300 increments, because that's the first hostess level is 300.
Yeah, well, that would always be part of the hostess coaching, because you're right. She obviously is booking for a reason, but just an initial, for me to be able to call it a party for this challenge, I need this. And then here's where you start getting your rewards for helping me meet this challenge, so that's where the hostess coaching comes in, which I know you are awesome at anyway. So
Well, you guys know what a spaz I am. Like, they're probably afraid to say anything else. Oh God, you see the look in her eye? She's crazy. Because I'm like, woohoo!
Right.
oh, you're funny.
All right. So what are we going to challenge?
So, but okay. So do you guys just want to do it in here? Because I was serious about maybe taking it to Scott.
Well, we can take it to Paula and Scott and see, like with President's Club or whatever, and just see what they say, if they'll do something like that and have something that they'll add into the mix. But I say, even if they say no, we should still
do it anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, obviously it would help us maybe get some bookings, have incentive, and we would have a lot of fun with it. But, you know, if we are going to be issued a challenge and we want to share that with people, we want to really have been issued a challenge by somebody that it matters, you know, because if Lori says to me, I challenge you to have 5 parties, I'm going to tell Lori tomorrow, I challenge you to, you know.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like, I always feel like I'm lying if I say I've been challenged and no one actually challenged me. So I'll tell my girls, a couple of years ago, I did this. I was like, hey, I'm challenging you to do this. Now go out and tell people I challenged you. You know, because I just always feel better about it. But Jackie, you had a script that you used. And I know you've done it a couple of times along these lines. Do you want to, have you written it down, or do you off the cuff?
I know where it is. So, and I actually, like, when I was new, I got to do a webinar last year, like last February. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because I had never met Scott before when I was new. And so he came to Phoenix just a couple months after I became a manager. And I was showing him this script that I had given my consultant that was with me. And she got like 18 bookings off of this. And she was just forwarding it in Messenger is all she was doing to her friends. And I showed Scott this script and he was like, what the heck? Like, you wrote that? And I didn't know what Ignite was. And he was there to present us like with this write a script and all this stuff. And I had already been doing it and got tons of bookings on the way to meet him. So it was really fun that my brain was already geared on that. But so in the webinar that I did a year ago, I got to share this script. And so I did it in Messenger so that it could just be shared. Let me find it real quick. And just send, you know, you could just send it to all your Facebook contacts. And I'm not encouraging anybody to spam people. I mean, people that know that you do Jafra, that would be responsive to it, would know what you're talking about. I'll have to search it real quick. And it's, you know, I might not be able to find it soon enough without boring you guys to death, but I can find it and I'll post it for all of you. I have a picture of it somewhere, but it just says something like, hey there, I know you probably noticed that I'm a new consultant with Jafra, or, you know, you changed that verbiage because you're obviously not. She was only a couple months old at the time. I can't remember if she was challenged on this one or not, but something about I'm trying to get this many bookings in this month, you know, so it was this many that she was going to get. I believe she had put 10 bookings in the month of, and it was for the month of December or November that we had done it. So she stated the month, or you could say a 30-day period if we're like, you know, towards the end of the month, you could say a 30-day period or something. So there's, you know, the reason why you're bugging them right now, why you're going to want an answer right away. You know, they can't tell you, I'll get back to you next month or in the summer, because you need to know right now. And so, it said this many bookings during the month of December. And I was really hoping you could help. And
I found it, Jackie.
Did you? Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it says, and this was one I sent to one of my girls. So
Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah.
Can you?
I can make it happen.
Because where I put the emojis and everything had a lot to do with what I was doing.
True that. So I don't know if let's see if I can get this bigger.
There. Thank you.
Hold on.
I can't talk and find things at the same time, guys.
Well, that's what you have me for.
True, it's true.
Girlfriend. Okay. Hi, Amy. I was given a pretty big challenge this month, and challenge is highlighted because I searched my messages for the word challenge. Anyway, I was given a pretty big challenge this month by my Jafra manager, and I'm really hoping you can help. Smiley face with heart eyes. I just need to share Jafra Luxury Skincare with 10 new people in December. Could I please put you on that list of 10 and treat you to a mini spa facial this month? There is a $20 Jafra gift card for you just for meeting with me and allowing me to share Jafra with you. Big smiley face. Your girls would be welcome to join in the fun too if you like. That's because I know she has like 4 daughters. But that was my add-on. So that's it.
So after it says allowing me to share Jafra with you, it didn't say anything else right there. That was good that Lori put that for that reason. Yeah. Yeah. But the reason why there was nothing after that is because then they're kind of forced, you know, to think about the $20 would be the last thing on their mind. And then when they say yes, then you can go on to let them know they could invite friends for hostess. But this was just to get an original facial book. So not, and that's another thing I do. I don't necessarily go in for the party right off the bat. I usually focus on them doing their facial, and then I'll tell them later to invite friends, because if I do it in steps, it seems a lot less, have a party. So, that's why that was focused on facial. I remember now. Lori, you're brilliant for finding that.
Yes, and I just copied and pasted it into the chat so y'all can have it.
Genius, I tell you. So, so yeah, she got 18 bookings off of that. My friend Melissa, she was my first consultant. Really young, really inexperienced in any type of direct sales company. So that worked really well for her. And she got a lot of parties booked off of that because people agreed to bring somebody to get whatever, you know, whatever step up, if there was $100, hostess brochure, whatever there was. I was going to say something else about it. Darn it. Oh, well. Anyway. So it worked really good.
Totally. Totes.
Yeah.
I should never say that again. Okay. Who else?
Jackie, there's something else that you shared with us in Palm Springs. I guess it's not, well, you were getting more parties as well at your parties.
Yeah.
By opening up your
follow-up facial. Yeah.
And pushing it towards them.
Yeah.
You know, and they push it back. That was a really good share.
And you know, this is how I've always kept my business going with parties. Really, this has just been key for me. I don't even know where I got this. It just works. It works so good. You guys, that after you get that one party, you know, if you try 50 people and everybody's, I don't want to have a party or whatever, if you finally get that one party, do whatever you got to do to get a booking. Because I would say you lay yourself off if you don't have a booking. But I would, at the party when they are placing an order, I take their order, you know, I've got my sales ticket, I'm taking their order, and then as I'm writing stuff down, if they order any skincare at all, usually I won't do this, obviously, for somebody that's ordered a lipstick or some nail polish, but any type of skincare at all, while I'm writing, I give them my calendar, my planner, and I have days in there that are outlined in certain colors. So I tell them anything that's outlined in pink, just choose one of those days that works for you, because that's the day we're going to do your follow-up facial. It's one of my services that I offer to you because you're going to be using some new skincare, and I want to make sure that I take good care of you and that everything's working good on your face. So just pick one of these days about 2 weeks out, because that way you have a little time to be using your new skincare. And so we'll meet back up in a couple of weeks, and that way I can just do a follow-up facial with you. Okay, go ahead and pick your date. And I just hand it to her. I don't even blink. And I go back to like totaling up her order. And she's looking at it going, okay. And she picks a date. Bam, it's a booking. You're going to see her in 2 weeks. And you call her in 2 days and say, thank you so much. Or when you deliver whatever your process is. Okay, I'm so excited. I get to see you again in a couple of weeks. And I just want to let you know that you can have a couple of friends over at your follow-up facial like you saw tonight. And you could be the hostess then, and you can get all kinds of free stuff. They'll, oh, okay, I'll have my mom and my neighbor. And then you have another party. So you do that literally with every single person if you just have them book their follow-up facial. And it's not, you're not pushing them to do something they don't want to do. You're offering them a service, because if they say no, they don't want to invite anybody, and they don't buy anything new at that follow-up facial, you still are checking on them, which would behoove you to do, because how many of our people get their skincare and shove it under their sink? They forget how to use it. They use it wrong. They're rubbing their eye cream, on their ears or something. I mean, they do the nuttiest stuff, you guys, if we don't help them. And then they fall off track and they say Jaffer doesn't work, and then they go buy the first weird thing that they see on an infomercial or something. So we're offering them a service also, even if we never made another dime from that direct appointment, we would in the future, and they would love us for it anyway. So who cares? Either way, it's a win-win. And it's momentum. So maybe that one, nobody bought anything and they didn't invite friends, but I bet you the next one will, and the next one, and who cares? Because you're moving forward.
Exactly. Love it. And clapping. So yeah, silent clapping.
Hey, Jackie, have you ever done a group follow-up facial for those that maybe don't want you to go to their house? Do you ever offer to where, I can come to you, or I do have this one at this location if you want, I get 5 girls together at a time for whatever, you know what I mean? I hope I'm trying to ask.
It's worked out that way, where like maybe they were neighbors or something, and they were like, oh, we'll just go at the same time. But I prefer to keep them separate, because they're this hub when I met them at this party, but now these 4 branch out and they're each going to make a new hub. So I want them to introduce me to new circles. So I want to keep them separate from that original circle that I met them in.
Oh, okay.
So I want them to bring new people. And when they bring new people, that's when they get free products. So if there was something they wanted at that party, like maybe they wanted the Sonic cleansing brush, but that added a little bit of chunk on top of their ritual. Well, now they can get that for half price or free, or, whatever I feel like saying at the moment, whatever's a great deal for them. I'll make that happen if they just have their mom and neighbor.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And on top of that, how do you relay to them? You can invite 2 or 3 friends and get them not to invite those same people, but to invite new people. How do you say that to them?
Because I say, and if you want to be, okay, so let me start from the beginning. We have your follow-up facial booked, and so I'm gonna call you and remind you, Sandra, that I just saw you 2 days ago. We already booked your follow-up facial, but I'm calling you 2 days later and saying that I just want to touch base with you, and I want to thank you so much for being my new customer, and I'm so excited about you getting the royal jelly ritual. I'm certainly glad we're going to have a follow-up facial in a couple of weeks, though, because I want to touch base with you. Remember, I want to just make sure everything's working for you like I said it would. And so something else I want to share with you is if you want to, get some free product, get hostess points, invite some friends over, you can do the same thing as Lori did at the party that you were at, where I met you the first time. You can do that same thing and just invite a couple people, and you can get some great free product or that cleansing brush that you really like. The only gig is they just have to be new people. Of course, this is my business and I want to meet new people. So, and if they're not, I already met your mom there and it's cool. She can come again, but I would really encourage you to have a couple of new people, and that's how you can really get some good free stuff, girl.
Excellent.
And, just keep it real. They know what we're doing. So if we just tell them, I want to meet new people, this is my job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, who else do we have on here? You guys, there's a lot of you leaders and consultants who've been around a while. So what are you using, or what have you used in the past that's worked for booking parties or anything, but mostly parties?
Lori, can I say another tool, another method that has worked through the years is to ask her, what's the one product you absolutely love? What one item would you love to have? Then offer that to her at 50% off or half price as another little motivator to put that party on the calendar. I use the brush too. It's easy, and it's something they would not buy otherwise if it weren't half price. Something big like the tool, the microdermabrasion tool, something that they would have wanted, but it seems expensive to them. And that motivates parties easy, very easy.
Exactly.
That's cool.
So true. I love it.
Something she wants.
Yep. It's all about them. I was just going to say something and it flew completely out of my head. We will ignore the blonde hairs on my head right now. We'll move on to the next person.
Supposed to mean.
Lori, this is
yeah, I don't know.
Lori, this is Nancy again. Just a real quick.
Yes.
I've got quite a number of people on the Ritual, Stay Royal program. So I have those lovely boxes to use as a hostess gift.
Ooh.
You could do a personal. I always feel like Jackie does that. If you get them together with a facial first, then it's quite easy for them to book and invite their friends because they know what to expect. It eliminate them saying, "Oh, you don't have to buy anything. I have to have 4 people or whatever." So that seems to really work. So if they've tried a facial using the Ritual program, they'll see the value of those items because they're on my shelf. So I know Mary Ellen Council, who won the top gal for number of rituals in the last year, and she's used it that way too, because I think at one time she had 17 boxes sitting there. So
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
I know.
My dog. She has to warn me of the attack happening on the sidewalk every time. She's about 6 pounds of, I don't know what, but okay, so I'm muting because she's obnoxious and somebody else needs to share.
So what would you guys think would be a good, oh, Fanta, if you're trying to talk, sweetie, we can't hear you. You're muted. Maybe Lori can unmute you.
There you go.
Oh, still can't hear her.
Lori, Jackie, what did you do to get yourself on?
I quit with my phone and I'm home on my laptop now.
Okay.
We're having issues with phone sound, it seems like. Did you try, Fanta, try tapping on your screen and seeing if there's an option to turn or use device audio if you click on your mute unmute button or your sound? Nope, can't hear you.
It wasn't showing any options for me, Lori, when I was doing that. It looked like I was on. I couldn't find anything wrong.
Is there like a menu or something at the top, like in your profile, or you're looking for something that lets you choose what your audio is? Or you can tap in the chat because we can't hear you. It's so bizarre. I don't know what's going on with that.
Fanta, do you have a Galaxy S7? I think because my phone is bugging out lately.
I'm surprised it hasn't blown up yet. I'm just kidding. All right. Yeah, I don't know.
Darn it.
I know.
Can you type in the chat?
Keep
Fanta?
trying, and then if we can hear you, we'd love to hear from you. And if we can't, if you can tap in the chat or type in the chat, that would be awesome. Because right now we can't hear you at all. I'm so sorry.
And Lori, Marilyn shared something about a master booker in the chat.
Oh yeah, let's see. Oh, she says master booker. Let me start over. Master booker is a term Jan used, Jan Day.
Mm-hmm.
A master booker had 20 bookings on her calendar, and 2 parties a week was the way to go for recognition for the month and for the year. Wasn't it 2 parties a week and 2 consultants a month or something like that?
It was 2 + 2 = 4. It was what I was taught when I was new in Jaffra.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was my method of operation when I was new.
Exactly. What else? Let's see. And there's a lot of Jackie, you're brilliant. Jackie, you're awesome. Let's just skip over
I
all that.
needed to hear that today. I love you guys so much.
Oh, and you're a genius also. Or somebody's a genius. I think it was still you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Okay, there's a lot of you guys who've not shared yet. I'm going to start calling names here in a second. like Marie. Can you unmute yourself? I don't know if I can. Mine's being weird today.
Yahweh is from Yahweh.
There you
Okay.
are. Stop it.
Couple things. I like to, when I talk to women, I say to, I am here with Jaffa. Are you familiar with Jaffa? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm here today I'm offering these wonderful, beautiful 1-hour beauty and business spa packages. Would you be interested? And they're like, well, what's that? So I say it's 1-hour spa treatment. You have a choice, of a beautiful royal jelly ritual facial. We'll do a beautiful hand spa treatment, do a little makeover for you if that's something you're interested in. It's totally complimentary. You'll also receive a gift certificate and a free spa product. So would you like one? Yes, no. If they say yes, that's great. That's awesome. And I have a little postcard that I'll give to them that kind of explains the different treatments that they can have. And so if they'll book right then and there, that's fine. If not, I'll get their phone number and call them back so that we can schedule something. It takes about an hour. When they schedule, at that point, I'll tell them that they can invite friends. They can invite their friends if they like to enjoy the session. It's, totally complimentary. So that's been working for me lately. Works good. The sachet is another great tool that I love to pass out and ask women if they would be interested in trying our, wonderful royal jelly rituals, and then get their contact information. And I'd like to get back with you in a couple of days. I think the key to anything that we do really is the follow-up. Yeah. That's sometimes where we fall short because, we collect all these names and then they sit there. So I really think it's important that you follow up within 24 to 48 hours while they're still excited, they're still, interested, and they will remember who you were. So that's another thing too. So that's usually what works for me, is just to offer them a beautiful royal jelly, spa ritual facial. Like I said, a wonderful hand treatment. Just 1-hour pampering. Was the last time you were pampered? What's the last time you took care of yourself? We'd love to do that for you. We're here in the area showing women how to pamper themselves, with our beautiful spa products. And so what I want to do is introduce you to the product line. And then, when I know that you're going to absolutely love it, and then we can talk about whether or not you'd like to turn this into a beautiful beauty business. So, that's my script.
Another really hot term right now is self-care. So even with that, even instead of saying pampering, which always reminds me of diapers because I'm not close to my children's ages, yeah. I just have a hard time saying it. But self-care is a really hot, kind of trendy word right now. Right. So when's the last time, you did something for yourself? What's your self-care routine? And you like, self-care? What? Am I supposed to be doing that? Most of them don't do anything. I mean, as speaking from my perspective, I hardly do anything for myself, so I know when you're a busy mom, the idea of stopping and taking time for yourself, or a busy, working full time or whatever, hardly any women actually stop and take care of themselves and actually do something for themselves. So self-care is it's a term right now that, why not use it? It's a very, it's very common knowledge out there right now. And we're offering something like that. So, yeah. So pampering's a fine term for other people. I just have a hard time with it myself. I'm too close to the diaper stage. Can't do it.
And I think the thing is that you've got to make it comfortable for yourself. It's got to be who you are. I mean, you're going to get a lot of ideas here today. So take what you like, tweak it, and make it yours. Exactly. So that you feel comfortable doing it, and it becomes a part of who you are, and becomes a part of your everyday conversation. Yeah. Because I just sit there and listen to you, Jackie. I'm like, oh, I wish I could say that the way what did she? I want to tape you, so that I can just practice what you say and the words that you use over and over and over again, because it just sounds so great. And
Marie, you're like one of the people I would think that would just be able to say whatever you like. If you wanted to say what I said, you could absolutely just say that, because you're so good with words and you're just really sharp. So if you feel that way, maybe I should write it down.
Well, I think it's just sometimes it's just putting the words together so that they come out in that same sequence and in that flow. That's, you know, that's what I admire. That's why I love listening to other people and what they say, and then picking and choosing and making it yours.
Yeah.
You know, it's just because that's who you are. And I really admire your professionalism, your beauty, and the way that you communicate, because you do definitely have a gift. Absolutely.
Thanks,
yeah, absolutely.
We are not worthy.
Awesome. Love it. I love you guys so much.
And I think
you know,
you
really
get better. You get better and better and better at it by, you know, by doing it over and over and over and over, so that it just rolls right off your tongue every time you see somebody, or
that is true.
An opportunity where you get to say that. So I mean, if you have to practice in front of the mirror, or just practice with your friends, or I mean, I remember when my kids were little, I would feed them in their high chair. They couldn't even talk, and I'd be like, "Hi, my name is Marie Menard," and they're looking at me like that. They have no idea what I'm saying.
Talking to me, and
you have to hear it verbally. You have to talk out loud, because you can say it in your head over and over and over again, but when you actually have to say it, it becomes something different. So you have to keep saying it until you own it. You know what it is. And I'm like you guys. I used to write a script down, and when I would call people, so that I would remember. I remember years ago we had these training books. Remember when 1, 2, and 3? They actually had scripts in them. Hi, my name is blank. I am calling you because blank, and I'm offering you. And you would fill in the blanks and read what it said.
Yeah,
so you have to do that. Do it.
I think most important, you know, we talk about online and doing Facebook Live videos and all that, and everyone freaks out about it. Most importantly, and Linda, I am so proud of you, especially I've noticed, just for getting on there and busting it out, because you know, it really comes down to being authentic. And if what's coming out of your mouth sounds like, and now I am going to quote what my boss told me to say to you. When you do that, people don't believe you, because they're like, what? Who? What? No. You know, ugh. Whereas if you just come and you say, I'm brand new at this, I need to practice. Can you listen to my 30-second deal? Then they're like, oh, sure, honey, I'd be happy to do that for you, you know? And they'll totally, because it's you being real and authentic. And when you get online and you just screw up totally live, nobody cares. They usually come back and see you again because it's funny. You know, I mean, because they're like, somebody else is making a jerk of themselves online. I can be there. I can feel better about myself now, you know? So it's not about being perfect. It's about laughing at yourself, being authentic. Just feel free to laugh at yourself online. I do it all the time. You guys hear me. It's ridiculous. I screw up and say the wrong thing, push the wrong button, freeze my own screen, whatever it is. Nobody cares. They really don't care. And they're like, how she's so brave to get on there, you know?
That's all I get is she's so brave, and you're so brave. And you guys, one time I was blabbering about Royal Jelly Ritual, and I was like, I think I got it from Jackie G, what I was saying. But anyway, it was something like, and our moisturizer, I know we call it balm, and it's the balm, but it's spelled BLAM. It's the balm. And I was like, oh, I think I said blam. I don't even know. BLAM, like I was all cool.
You know what I love the most? Oh my God, I love when we're so honest with people. I loved what you said, Jackie, that when you were collecting names from people and you said, you know what? We know you're not going to answer the phone. And when you said that, I went, do you know how many times I've wanted to say that to people?
That's brilliant.
Because it is. It's real. Like you used the word authentic. I think more people who get to know us want to do business with us because we're real.
Yep.
All of us. You know, just be yourself. I think that's. I think
when
that's.
I take someone's message, like if I ask them for their email, I'll tell them, now you give me your email, and I swear I'll only send you 6,952 emails this week. and then they give me this look like, what? Because they know, like, subconsciously that I'm kidding, but it's such a huge number that they just kind of go, oh no, I'm already getting those. And then they start laughing, and I'm laughing because I'm like, I'm totally kidding. I would never do that. I don't spam. I hate spam. I'm not that person, you know? But I just told them that I'm not going to be one of those people. And they also got a glimpse into my ridiculous, stupid sense of humor. And so they know who I am. And again, it's just being stupid and silly and not, but not unprofessional, just real, you know? I'm not using bad words. I'm not, you know, I'm dressed professionally, but I'm laughing at myself. I'm laughing at our industry in a way that makes people feel more comfortable. And I think that that tells them who we are and shows them that we're not just another clone, you know, we're not out there being a clone, that we're just out, you know, having fun and enjoying what we're doing. So.
Another thing I like to do is make up titles for myself. So I'm like, hi, my name is Marie, and I'm the area developer with Jaffa Cosmetics, and we're here today in your city, and we are just looking for women that we can introduce our product to. Is that something you'd like to do? And they'd be like, well, what's Jaffa? And then, you know, I'd say, well, you know, actually it'll be a really nice 1-hour spa treatment for you. You can invite your girlfriends over. We just want to get you introduced to our product. So if that's something you'd love to do, you know, just give me your name and phone number and I'll set you up with a local consultant in your area. And we will, you know, so I mean, if you want to hide behind something like that, that's worked for me as well too. So,
and we are area developers.
We are.
Developing our area.
That's right.
Marie, you just gave me the best idea. So I totally know what I'm going to do. Okay. So you guys know right now that the big deal is everybody's reviewing cosmetics, right? On Facebook and Instagram. And that's all they, like, people message me all the time and say, if you send me a free sample, I'll give you my review. And I'm like, I don't want your review. Like, take a hike. But that's the big thing is they get these boxes of cosmetics from these companies, you know, and everybody's reviewing. Why don't we have a review party or, you know, think of a different name for it. Review night or something so everybody can come and review Jaffa or, you know, I would love to get your review on my product. So use that word, you guys. I just
like it. Like it.
People are like branding themselves as professional reviewers because they get all these cosmetic boxes from these companies or these weird things like Ipsy and stuff like that are sending giant boxes of stuff and then these ladies promo it all over Instagram and Facebook. That's all they do is sit home and do this. So that term is very popular right now. So we can begin to use that to our advantage because it's been annoying me, but why don't we just use that and let people review Jaffa, but at a review party or a review something. Just think of something really groovy.
Like instead of a reveal party, you could say it's a review party or something like that.
Yeah, and then like have everybody give a review on it. Like post their review on Facebook in your group, like your Facebook group that you have for your
Oh, well, and you know what we could say is, have you ever been asked to review other products?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. I love it, ladies. That's fabulous.
This is good, you guys.
Explosions everywhere.
See, Ramona's exploding.
Yeah. And because people like those boxes, who was it?
We'll use those boxes.
We can put their stuff in boxes at the party. Instead of, you know how like there used to be trays and mirrors, they can have a little review box of their own with like little, like
use the Royal Jelly sample box, the
like
$6 sample box.
I am all over this like a dirty shirt. I don't even know what that means, but I am. I'm going to have a whole formulated thing for you guys. I'll post it.
Oh, yeah, you totally should. I love it.
Yeah.
No, Mona. No. That looks tacky.
Just from the top of the picture board.
Or you could even take like your girl squad box and put like, just put it in the middle of the table. They don't need to have their own box, but here's the box.
Right.
Here's the box.
And
everybody take a product out of the box and let's review that. Or open the Royal Jelly Ritual box.
Yes.
Yeah, and they don't get to keep them, but you could.
No. But everybody gets to review, and we have to really work this.
Yeah.
If they're on Instagram and Facebook, like you just said, okay, you have to come with your phone, and you're, and you're reviewing. So there's
you guys. Okay, go ahead.
Review right then and there, and then we give them whatever.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but you know what you should do? This is this is awesome. You can get, and this is a little bit of an investment, whatever, but you can get the little cell phone tripods. You could get like 10 of them for like probably $50 because they're like, I don't know, $7-8 each. You could get a bunch of those, put them at every station, and they could all take turns doing little reviews live on their Instagram or whatever.
Oh gosh, that's great.
But wait, what is it that we're investing in? What's
They're not. This is
Well,
Lori's
the Amazon link, Lori.
This is totally taking Linda's idea and running.
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So it's
But
little,
they can-
these little tripods that you can have a little frame for your cell phone, and so you can just set it up on a table and have it right in front of your face and do like turn it on and do your Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of have
Or
one
you
like
can
this.
use like
You
those
just
little
kinda- you
frame
just
holders
kinda
I've
stick
seen
your
like
phone.
99 cents more.
Marine has it.
Yeah, or you could
They got
do
those
or
little frames.
Jackie's.
Show us again.
You could get one with something like Jackie's and have it set up, and then have each person take their phone over to that setup and do it.
Oh,
With
you could do that
Because
too.
it
Yeah.
looks official.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they're being, yeah, I like that.
Here's my thought
Social
on
reviewers.
saving time, because I do only the back of hand demo. So you guys know I love to save time. I hate being there for a long time. Maybe just they do review in your Jaffa group instead of their own on their own phone or something. So you stand with them, you hold the phone and they review, or you pass it, or they just write it or something. So that, I mean, obviously we're going to need a little thought for that kind of stuff, but in the interest of not having them with their cell phones.
Oh yeah.
What a bunch of time, and everybody's trying to log on. And
Well,
Yeah,
plus
true.
if they do it on yours, they can share it to theirs because they're the star. They can share that post
or
on
you
yours.
can tag them in it or however you want
Right,
to do.
yeah.
But
Oh, you're going to have to teach us how to do that.
see, that's
Yeah.
what we're getting into. What I was trying to avoid is we don't all know how to do that kind of stuff. So if you could have them write it, like we could have a prefab review sheet and they could just give us a review. It doesn't necessarily have to be all Facebooky, Instagrammy for those of us that don't know how to do that kind of stuff.
Right,
It's a
right,
whole nother animal for some people.
right.
And especially if we have a review party with older women, maybe that aren't, you know, if you have a group of, well,
Watch it. Watch it.
Facebook is for old people. You didn't know that?
I did know that.
By my 14-year-old. Old people.
Well,
Turned
and
off.
don't we need reviews on our websites?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would help.
If they're
Um,
writing.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
But they
I
have
mean,
to log in as themselves and have a.
But even if you have a Facebook business page, they can write a review there on your Facebook.
everybody
business
should
page.
have a Facebook business page, Marie. You're right, because that's
You
pretty.
have to.
You don't have to manage it a lot to just have it exist. You don't need to
Right.
have it working and great,
Mhm.
wonderful for them to go post a review, because it's not. They don't really need to produce anything and tell their friends and do an actual review. It's to get them there to try the product. If they
Right.
want to do that big ordeal later on their own, they can. But just
Right.
at your party, you're just doing your own little version. Everybody go. So then they go on and they like your Jafra page. So okay, everybody get out your cell phone and go to Jackie's Jafra and like my page, and now leave your review.
Right.
As you are cleaning
Simple.
up.
Yep.
So you're
And then if they
cleaning up
want to
now.
do Facebook Live on it, they could. They
They
could
can,
post a,
yeah.
like a live video saying, "Oh, this is so awesome!"
And you know there'll always be somebody there that may say, "Oh, can I do this live?" Yeah,
Mhm.
let them do
Right.
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like
Good.
that.
Good points.
Still cool though.
But I think that it would be really duplicatable if after they open the box and they try their stuff and everybody's talking about it, then you could say, okay, everybody grab your cell phone and go to Jackie's Jaffer, whatever you guys call your page. So everybody goes and they like you. So right there, you get 5 more likes on your page, and you've got they're a like now. So you've got them on Facebook if you need to find them in the future. So go like Jackie's Jaffer and then go to the review spot and leave your review. And I have a little gift for each of you for leaving a review, and they could get a perfume sample.
Only if it's 5
Ooh.
stars.
Yeah.
If you don't like me, I'm not giving you anything.
Exactly.
So that I think that would be real easy for everyone. We could do
Yes,
and then everyone
simple.
can tweak it. You know, I'll have a big selfie light, and everybody will be on live, and my husband will video. And green
No, but
screen.
if somebody wanted to do that, they could totally just be like, on their own. So
Yeah, but this is something that, like us
Yeah,
as the consultant,
totally.
could facilitate. And
Yeah.
I think we all know how to do at least that much on Facebook, and if not
Mhm.
easily teach. That's easy to teach.
Mhm.
And then, you get everybody leaves their review, la la la, they type it in on your page. and then you can go ahead and take your orders. And as soon as you're done leaving your review, you guys come on over. I'm going to start taking orders so that whoever needs to get home to their babies or whatever can go ahead and go. So, as soon as you're done, come on over.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I do too. That's great.
So review party, do you think that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Product review party, is it makes sense?
Product.
Yeah, I like product review party.
Product review event.
Yeah, let's
Event.
Product review
Get
event.
rid of the party.
Yeah,
Product review event.
and make it part of the
No
challenge.
more party. Do not party.
Event.
I
Yeah,
love
On
events.
Facebook, you create an
With
event.
my pinky
Gathering.
and my
Invite
two
friends.
Product review
Product review event.
Gathering.
workshop.
This is why we do this, ladies. This is why we have Monday nights.
This
Because
is
of the awesome
revolutionary.
that is all of us together.
Yeah, nobody's doing this. This is revolutionary.
It
I know.
It is.
And it started tonight, March
That's right.
12th,
Mark the date.
2018.
It did.
Yes.
You could just call it product review night, because if the parties are
Oh
mostly.
yeah, I like that too. Product.
Oh, I like
that
that
too.
better. See?
I like it.
The bomb
Becky
Becky.
Jaffra's product review night.
I love it.
Or afternoon or morning or whatever.
Afternoon delight. Oh wait, no, not.
I knew you were going to say that for some reason.
Oh, it would be. It would be though, Lori.
Okay, but please don't use that.
Trouble.
Please don't use that.
What did you say?
What?
What did you say? I
said
didn't.
afternoon delight.
Oh, Lord.
It sounds nice, but that would be the wrong direction we're trying to go.
The younger girls will go, "What's that?"
What?
Right.
Is that a candy bar? A new flavor of ice cream at Cold Stone. I'll take one scoop of it.
Ways to Turn 5 Shades of Red by Lori Alley. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to bring it back. Are we going to, what products,
Thanks,
what
Mom.
products will we review?
Whatever you choose. You can do
Anything you want.
you could do skincare, you could do
A
fragrance,
little makeup, anything you want.
a sachet, a fragrance sample, a vial. So a sachet, one vial, and one other small something. So that gives them 3 departments to review.
Mm-hmm.
But those
Okay.
are ready-made samples that we already have. That you're not making anything. They're not
Right.
expensive, easy to get for a new consultant. That doesn't, be like, what the heck? They're on our non-retail.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
So I would suggest a
Hold on,
roll
Ramona, you're muted. Hold on, honey. Hold on.
Oh.
Mute. No, it won't let me unmute you. Can you do it?
Yeah.
There you go.
I do have a question. Are the sachets now $2 a piece?
No.
No. So
Yeah,
the
80
system, a surprise is there's a glitch. Shocking. I know.
Really?
Like, oh,
No, I'm totally teasing. Okay, so
What happened?
I need to stop talking tonight. So it's the system is trying to send you one for $4, and so all you have to do is they're fixing it. It's just that it's coding it wrong. So you just text Scott and just say I'm missing XYZ. However many you're missing, because it's supposed to be 5 for $4. So if you got one for $4, you're due 4. So they will send them to you right away. So just say I'm missing this. This is what happened. They're aware of it, so they know it happened. So yeah.
So did something change from the time that the guy was on, I can't remember his name, and he said, I'm just going to change them to 1 for 80 cents each?
They are.
It's supposed to be 1 for 80 cents each, but when you do that and put it in the cart, it's switching it to $4 because somewhere in that middle space, it's changing it for you. So we've asked them to just make them all 1 for 80, and we can order as many as we want. We don't know if that's what's gonna happen, but.
Well, when I entered it on Saturday, the item code, it came up 80 cents.
Good.
Oh, good.
Because that happened last week, so we're hoping that that's been.
So I had like 5 and it came up.
$4.
But I don't want 5 packs.
Well, let us know what you get.
And you're talking about the
I'll take
rituals.
5 packs. for
Yes,
$8.
Nancy, the Royal Ritual sachet,
Yes.
the postcards with the little packets on them.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
It's like Cracker Jacks. It's a surprise inside. Maybe I'll get the tattoo.
Jaffer Cracker Jacks.
That's what we are. We're the Jaffer Cracker Jacks.
It's like Christmas every day.
Whatever. I'll take it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, we're having too much fun for a Monday night. Okay. If there was any guests on tonight, they're getting a rash of reality in Jaffer world.
Ooh, doggies.
Oh, I've got tears in my eyes. Okay.
I missed something really good.
Yeah.
Jackie said that when you're ordering from Jaffa, it's like Cracker Jacks. There's a surprise in every box. It was like Christmas every day because when you order, you're not sure what's coming. Oh, we were talking about the sachets and anyway. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, we're having too much fun. Okay. Ramona and Mona post. I'm sorry. I see Ramona on your screen. You need to change your name to Mona because that's your name. But she posted this as a brilliant brainstorming, and I agree. This has been fun. I love it when we're all like, wait, yeah, and then, and yeah, and that too. It's just, I love it. You guys make me.
Oh, good.
This is why I do this every week, all the time, because I would just miss you all so much because this is just a blast. So
It's fun.
anyway, this week is especially fun. But okay, so we are at 7:06. We've been going an hour and a half pretty much on this subject. I think we have done it very well. Nancy has been brilliant with her sharing of awesome names and ideas for parties.
Thank you.
Jackie and Linda, well, all of you guys, Marie and Mona and Sandra and everybody that's been sharing tonight is so much fun. So thank you for making this so easy for Jackie and I. We did not have to come up with a plan other than to open it up for all of you. So this was wonderful. Thank you. And we have it recorded. Yay! We actually recorded it. So all the goofiness will be for posterity.
Yeah. Thank you, Lori and Jackie.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
for everything.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great call. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Good night.
Love you guys. Good
Good
night.
night.
Party
Good
on.
night.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Fun.
Good night.